Hi, everyone. Really excited to have you here at MAD PD. You'll notice that we did this presentation with Wire DSB EdTech Camp on Air as well. So for those of you that are back, I welcome you. And for those of you who are new, it's really exciting to have you here. You can get me on the MAD PD hashtag today, also at dkemble at any time that you want to get in touch. Having some trouble with my live link, so please don't hesitate to shoot me a note on Twitter using either that hashtag or the notification, and I'll get to you as soon as I can. Just quickly, a little bit about myself first. I am Don Kemble. I'm definitely a passionate educator. I've been almost 15 years with the York Region Board in a number of different roles, numeracy lead, tech lead, digital literacy, outdoor education, and I've found my way back to a school in Markham, which I'm just so excited to be with. The group has a really interesting dynamic. We've got a group of two classes in the intermediate division, so we're a small intermediate division, and it's really led to some really interesting projects. Of course, you can always find me on Twitter or at my school or email address if you want to. This year, I've really been focusing on STEM. That's really been, since I've come back to the classroom from being in the outdoors, one of the things I really wanted to champion. And I've had a really great opportunity working with some incredible young women and seeing what they've been able to put together. And that's what this presentation is all about. Really, the big difference for me this year, the one thing that has changed my life as an educator, was really working with our female identifying students and helping them see themselves reflected in technology-related experiences. I started this project with Jen Giffen at the beginning of the year doing some sketchnoting, and that has just ballooned into so many different opportunities and incredible resources. And I really need to send a shout out to all of the incredible women that are doing this work across our board and across our province and our country and all over the world. There are so many incredible people out there doing incredible things, and MAD PD is a great place to see that really happening. I was really shocked when I came across this statistic that 70% of female students have never considered applying for a graduate job in technology. It was even worse to find out that the research was saying that the same women who have the abilities feel that only 30% of them, 37% of female students think that they have those tech skills required for today's jobs, which is compared to 57. I mean, neither of those numbers are very good, but it really does tell us that we're missing out on a huge way on these girls. And working with the intermediates that I'm working with, I can tell you they are incredible people, and they need these opportunities. They need to see themselves reflected. And I'll tell you right now that I have a huge bias here. Definitely my issue is around these two little ones. The big one is 4, the little one is 2. And these two love their technology, whether it's Codapillar or B-bots, the mouse bots that the big one's gotten into in kindergarten. It's incredible to see STEM and coding and everything being brought into daycares and being brought into their kindergartners. It makes such a huge difference for me, and it's really made me so happy to see it. I want these two to grow up in a world where they have whatever opportunities they want. And I know that's kind of cliche. We've been saying that for years, but I don't want them to be told, oh, you're a girl, you can go and do this because you're a girl. I want them to just not hear that. I want them to come up thinking, hey, I can do anything, and it has nothing to do with my gender. It has nothing to do with my background, my ethnicity, my religion. It's because I'm a human being, and I want that to be out there for them. I asked a group of 20 girls at my school who formed my Girls Get IT Club a couple of questions, and the answers really, really shocked me. The first question I asked is, do you have one or more female role models? And this wasn't just technology, this was anything. And only half of them could say that they did. I mean, that's pretty scary for me that half of my girls don't feel they have role models. When I then narrowed it a little bit and asked if those female role models work in technology-related fields, not a single one of them could say that. And I mean, that's a really scary piece, to think that we don't have females in these opportunities right now that are acting as role models. I mean, growing up, I had any number of role models that looked like me, that thought like me, that sounded like me, that were doing things all across the board, whether it was sports or the arts or science, technology, politics, didn't matter. They were all there for me. But these girls don't have those same role models and those same opportunities. When I asked the girls if they thought it was important that girls have an opportunity to try those skills, of course they said yes. They want the opportunity to get out there, try these new skills, try coding, try robotics, try building things with their hands. You know, the typically quote unquote male pursuits, those are just good educational techniques. And as I've been experiencing more and more of the STEM stuff this year, I've really come up to understanding just how important it is to see these things and get your hands on. I asked my girls again, why did they decide to join the group in the first place? They told me that they're very interested in technology, that they know a little bit about robotics and coding, and they want to try something new. One of them told me that they know that our society is way different now than it was before. Their parents never got chances like this in school. And so that having the opportunities for things like robotics club and council and the girls get IT piece, they want to see what benefits that will provide for their future. The world is so technology based now that they think it's just going to keep growing, and they want to see what can happen with that. When I asked them again, still looking at why they joined, some answers were simple. I like coding. But what really amazed me was the concept of leaving something behind. They want the practice with the technology, they want the opportunities, but they want to make something that's going to be for the betterment of the school. And of course, in the future, they're trying to future-proof themselves. These girls already recognize that things are changing, that the work world isn't going to be the same in 5, 10, 15 years as it is today, and they want to be ready for it. So far, they have had the opportunity to learn that they can create an app using just Google Slides, and that's really important for us. In York Region, we are only allowed to use certain tools easily. It doesn't take a lot of paperwork to use any of the Google suite, so we use a lot of them. And Google Slides can create a relatively, fairly robust little app for what they're doing. They've learned how to set up things like buttons and slides, how to make dynamic slide decks, how to animate slides, link slides to other slides, use an app, and also connect to things outside of the environment. They've become designers, and some of them have really built up some important pieces of self-esteem. They've had an opportunity to discover that they're good at what they're doing, and even though they're just trying it for the first time, they're having a wonderful time. They've learned how to make Google Slides into a phone-like format so it seems like you're using the app, and symbolize app-like tendencies. That's what they're still interested in learning. They want to keep learning to code. They want to take what we've done and use it on different platforms, allow it to be used in different ways. And they hope to add music, which I think would be a really cool task if they could figure it out. It's one of the things that I like most about this is that they're really the pioneers. I don't know all the answers, but I'm having some fun with it. So when I asked them to tell me what would go on or what they should tell the grade sixes when it's their turn to join next year, they thought that if they want a good career in technology, it's a good place to start. They're creating an app that's going to help the students and parents. This is the beginning of new opportunities around the school. With this, we can improve ourselves and help with technology creation. And I think that's just an incredible thought. These girls know that they are at the forefront of this. They know that they have this opportunity, and they just can't believe how awesome it's been. So the work we've been doing is really quite easy. I found some girls, brought them together. I showed them a tool, which I was not very confident in, and then I just let them show me the way. And it has been an amazing journey so far this year. So I really have to send a shout out to Micah Shippey for this idea. It came from a blog post he did that I came across through Twitter, which is now my favorite place to go for new ideas. And the link is right there if you want to follow it. The blog post talked about how to create a simple app, quote unquote, of course, and to use that or to how it's easy to put together and have it on a phone so that it feels just like an app environment. It's a dynamic slide deck. So the first page that you see here with Fred Varley Public School, that's just the cover page. It's what the app is going to look like in that small little window on your device. The next is your table of contents. It's got quick notes, quick links that jump to other slides in the deck. So it's really easy to find your way back and forth. It's highly visual, but there's some text there to help people find what they're looking for too. The subpages have various pieces of information on them, and you'll notice that they all have a home button on them so that they can jump right back to that table of contents and look up more information. Some of the information is contained within the slide deck. So school activities, important dates, contact information, all of that's there. It's really easy to come across and really easy to grab whenever you need it. But they've also done a number of links to other places. They've put in links that will show, that will go to the Weather Channel, links that go to our main school webpage, that go to our board webpage. They have a really easy way to click. In the York Region School Board, we have something called the Report It tool, which is anonymous reporting of bullying and other problems. And they've got that link within the app. So they've really looked for opportunities to bring as much content in as they can without you feeling like you're being overwhelmed. And again, since many of these open up in your web browser, you've got access to everything. The neat thing about Micah's blog post is it ends with a way to hack the URL so that when you send out the URL, it doesn't come up as a slide deck. It comes up as a playing show, a playing presentation. So that way, again, it feels just like an app. It's opening up in your phone, it's coming up live, and you're immediately working with it. You're not having to hit preview or anything else before you get there. This quote was kind of a way of bringing it all together for me. And it really told me that I was on the right path. In a sector that should be leapfrogging all others in gender inclusion, it's shocking that 73% and 53%, respectively, of Canadian tech companies have 0 women on their board and executive teams, which constitutes an unconscionable lag as compared to the rest of the Canadian market. We know that women are getting more and more positions of authority, of responsibility, as they should be. And it's weird that that's not happening as much in the tech field. My girls have done such an incredible job. They came to got some attention through Twitter and through some other things that we've done. And they actually had an opportunity to join Fair Chance Learning at Connect 2018. I was able to take 6 of my girls, the ones that had put the most work into their apps, and they were down on the floor, trade show-like environment, and teaching people how to use the technology while doing a maker challenge themselves. It amazed me that they weren't going and playing with the toys. They weren't playing with the VR suits and trying out the 3D printers and all the other cool things that were there. They jumped right into the activity, and they wanted to use human-centered design to make something that would make a difference for people. These girls have shown me so much, and their passion for this work is just incredible. What amazed me the most, and the vice president of CompuGen that was there on the floor with us, was that these girls would take time out of their work to show random passerbys how the various pieces would work. They were showing off the HP Sprout. They were showing off the Sprocket. They were showing off various pieces of 3D printing tech. And they were selling it to teachers and to educators. It was just amazing. I swear, if the girls were a little bit older, they would have been hired on the spot. And I could see any of them becoming a VP or a president at CompuGen in the future. And I certainly hope they do that. So I just want to say thank you very much. As I say, this has been one idea that's made a huge difference for me. As a male, I don't know, I didn't feel that I had the authentic voice to be out there telling girls, hey, you can do technology, you should be doing this, you can be doing that. But as an ally, I've been able to be there with this group. I've been able to work with them, I've been able to have fun with them, and I'm just so amazed by the work that they've been able to accomplish and where they're going with it. And we have some plans for next year. We're already talking about maybe a girls-led tech conference through the school. We've got some new plans, some new pieces that we want to explore. I've got girls that have gone off to learn Python and other coding languages. It's just incredible what they've been able to do. And I think the best thing about it is that I really still don't know very much about it. They're teaching me, and it's been absolutely incredible. I want to thank you again for your time. There's my contact information, and I look forward to hearing from you.